welcome to another episode of the Mighty Movie Pod. This is episode 47. My name is Ryan.
I'm Josh.
And we're back at you, back in your ear holes on this special day.
It's been another extended break between episodes. It's my fault. I got super sick. On the mend, and we are back in action.
You hear that? It's all Josh's fault.
For all you fishies, you fish heads, you guppies.
You got the guppies.
The guppies.
Wait, no, that's what we're going to call our award show.
Our awards. Yeah, all five of you that still listen to us.
The Guppy
Thank
Awards.
you for sticking in there with us.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a little bit of a hiatus. Like Josh said, he had some stuff going on. I was playing lots of World of Warcraft and did not protest in any way, shape, or form.
You're still playing lots of World of Warcraft.
Well, I still am.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I didn't put up any fight over it.
Yeah, you never said we need to record.
Not once.
I gotta run my rogue through Orzagar. Orzammar, yeah, that's right. Dragon Age, my bad.
And this is where I'm going to have to throw you under the bus for trying to make fun of me, because you are now playing World of Warcraft as well.
What are you talking about?
You saw the movie, you loved it so much that you went out and you bought a subscription and all the collector's editions.
And all the collector's editions. I have all the boxes. I have all the action figures. Okay, real talk.
You're going to BlizzCon.
I know that. I'm wearing dwarf cosplay right now.
None of this true except for the first bit.
Except for the last bit.
Okay.
No,
however you want to look at it.
Yeah. No, real talk. There is a fucking super sweet dwarf action figure from Blizzard that I kind of want to get, but I can only buy it on eBay, and they want like $1 bajillion out of it.
Yeah.
No, it's a fun game. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. It's funny because I normally am not a big MMO guy.
Yeah.
But like I've been playing a lot more MMOs with you lately, and I had the hankering, dude. I love dwarves. None of the other games I play fucking have dwarves in them. So
it's true. I eased you into the idea with other more casual. Well, not WildStar. That was a crazy.
WildStar was hard as fuck.
Yeah, dude. But with like ESO.
Oh,
and we
sad
played
news too about that.
Yeah, R.I.P. WildStar.
Yeah, great game. Really
that
great
is.
game.
And actually, Josh, I didn't want to start this podcast out on a sour note, but you made me think of something else. There's also
what?
There's also very bad news.
Oh shit!
For our listeners.
Oh no.
And
yeah.
So as you all know,
we made a joke a couple months back.
It wasn't a joke.
Oh, I forgot. That was super serious.
We're very serious about it.
Yeah.
It's starting to look like It's starting to look.
Starting to look?
Starting to look. Like we may not be able to get Burt Reynolds on the podcast.
Yeah, man.
This isn't funny. It's very sad.
Bandit hoopered his last smoky. We'll go with that.
Burt Reynolds has passed away, so he will not be joining us on this episode.
Yeah.
Or any episode hereforth.
I gotta say, it's real funny though. Like on a more serious note, I had just rewatched Mystery Alaska again, which is one of my absolute favorite movies, and it was like we had just made the reference on the podcast.
Yes.
And then, like, I watched the movie, and then, like, a week later, I read the news. I was like, son of a bitch.
We had worked on art. As you know, our motto, or our mantra, I guess, was Burt or Bust.
Burt or Bust. We have an art piece to put on there. I'm going to put a modifier on there for the old guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we have fun here at the Mighty Movie Pod. But you know what isn't funny? People dying. Although... one could say...
Categorically, that's not funny.
One could say it's a bad omen for the podcast. The man meant so much to a lot of people, and he went so far out of his way to not appear on this podcast.
He very much did. He went...
as far as one can go.
Yeah, exactly. He went about as far as he can go. Oh my God, this is
such poor taste.
This is terrible.
I'll have to consider cutting this.
This is absolutely terrible.
But you will be missed. It is a bummer.
Yeah, great actor.
You ruined a joke for us, though. So.
Yeah, he ruined a joke for us. So, but at the same time, great actor. I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah,
I liked him. I liked him a lot, and it's funny because I guess he was very unhappy with his career towards the end.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It was in like his memoirs or something that he hated most of the stuff he did.
I did not know that.
It's sad. It's super sad because like I loved a lot of what he did.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said the only movie he did that he was proud of was Deliverance.
Wow.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? You were Smokey.
Yeah.
Like, you were the shit, dude. And no, he wasn't Smokey. He was the Bandit.
He was the Bandit.
My bad. But yeah, dude, that one, like I said, Mystery Alaska, he's the only part of Boogie Nights that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, I felt real bad that he was in an X-Files episode. He was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, real sad to see the guy go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put a bow on this so we don't seem like complete
No,
dicks.
absolutely. It's just kind of like, like sense of humor. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. We're not we're not mocking a man's death. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So that is a bummer. No, we're good. That is a bummer. So moving on then, I guess we'll get into what we're going to be talking about
Do you want to just get right into her?
this episode.
Oh, man.
And it's a big one. I'm going to say that. For who? I don't know.
The biggest blockbuster of 2018.
Dude, you kid, but I'm waiting to see these numbers for a rated R.
I'm interested to see what the numbers will be after.
For a rated R movie, I think this movie is going to kill.
For what is, and I quote, the dumbest movie I have seen in a very long time. I've been going over it in my head and just like, how dumb? It wasn't that dumb. It wasn't that dumb. It was that dumb. Oh man, it was way more dumb than that.
Yes. So we're of course talking about, just released this weekend, The Predator.
The Predator. It is super stupid, and I recommend it to everyone. It's a great time. I'm getting that out of the way before we start talking about it.
It's very entertaining, and it almost reminds me of movies past.
Yeah, and I think it's
because it's unabashedly ridiculously stupid.
And that's what I wanted to talk about the most. Like, it is stupid on a level that Airplane and like the Batman movie is, the original 60s Batman movie.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, it is so dumb that I said it to you earlier after we left. I question whether or not it was done intentionally.
Yeah.
It is.
Most times a movie is meant to be dumb. You can smell it, and it ruins it. You want an earnest.
That's why I hate all those terrible.
Yeah, like Sharknado.
Yeah, Sharknado, the Sci-Fi Channel.
You want an earnest attempt that just fails, and this one somehow like succeeds in failing in the best ways to a point where you're like, they had to have done. It seems the stupid in it is too well crafted to have been on accident. Yeah, I agree.
It does everything that these terrible soft reboot movies does.
Yeah.
It follows the tropes and cliches beat for beat almost. You got your kid. You've got, a shit ton of callbacks to the rest of the series. And then you've got, like, everything doubled down upon. Like, oh, yeah, you need a Predator? We've got two. You want another Predator? Well, this one's a super Predator.
This one's way bigger.
And then the end of the movie happens.
Yes.
And, I mean, the ending of this movie is probably the only part that I was like, oh, come the fuck on. Because it goes on for forever. But the proper end of this movie is so ridiculous.
The ending scene, yes.
That I burst out in laughter in the middle of the theater.
Yes.
Pissing off the man directly behind
Yeah,
us,
well, fuck that guy anyway.
Not that guy. The old guy with his kids behind us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, kids in this movie. By the way, the terrible theater experience.
The thing is I think it was most definitely made to be bad, but instead of like somebody like, oh, look how dumb this is, it was by like an expert of that era because he wrote a lot of shit in that time.
He did a whole bunch of punch up and everything for the original Predator, and then he's been writing he's been writing action
buddy
movies,
cop and action movies years. And all sorts of shit. So it's like it's Shane Black.
Shane Black, same guy who gave us Nice Guys, Last Boy Scout, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man 3, the controversial Iron Man 3.
Yes, very.
Deemed horrible for very stupid reasons.
But I feel like he's just an expert on doing it earnestly, but knowing that it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think if it was made by anybody else, it would just be plain bad.
Well, because think about The Nice Guys. This is what I was thinking about this while I was at work. The thing about The Nice Guys, that movie's dumb as shit. Nothing happens that entire movie, and it's hilarious. And I loved the movie. That is a good movie.
Yes,
like,
very
I genuinely
much so.
love that.
The
movie.
structure of the movie is very solid. That's something that this movie does not have.
Oh no!
But I think very intentionally.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's so
or it went
all
heavy editing.
Yeah,
because it's only 90 minutes long.
Well, we were talking, and it was like there's a lot of stuff that happens that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't get set up,
and it's like. So there was a real movie in here, and he said this movie sucks, so he just chopped it in half.
Yeah, for some people, it'll drive them crazy because it's a lot of payoffs with no setups.
No setups. Yeah, it's like giving you the punchline with no setup. It's what the fuck is going on? Like there's a Winnebago that comes out of nowhere. That's like
their main base, and then we're just like, I guess they're in this Winnebago now.
They're in the Winnebago now. When they were clearly other places.
Yeah, they had drove to the house. Did they take... They were on the choppers, but then they were at the hotel, but then they showed up at the house. And then when they left, they were in a Winnebago. Did they take the Winnebago from the hotel?
I don't even remember them actually leaving the house. He left the house. Oh no, yeah,
they left all get the up. I hear speech.
It's a bit. That's one thing that got on my nerves. Sometimes it's that new comedy thing where we just let people talk for forever.
We let it breathe,
and it's like stop, guys, stop, move along. That's the only complaint that I really have.
Yeah, that scene in particular got very close to doing it too much. If it was one person that kept doing it, but it was like the next guy got up and had a quip, and then the next guy, and I'm like, okay, everybody doesn't need a quip.
Yeah,
but at least
it was only like one scene in the movie too.
Yeah, oh yeah,
like and that's the thing I'll give it. Like a lot of these other movies like Ghostbusters and everything that have been coming out recently, where they just sit there and they blah 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 blah. You know, Thomas Jane is actually hilarious in this movie. I didn't know he was in it. I didn't know Thomas Jane could be fucking funny. I've seen him in action movies and dramatic roles, and I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Never knew he could actually be funny.
Yeah.
That was great.
It's hard for me to kind of to talk about how I feel about it because it's a modern movie, but it doesn't feel like it.
No, it's like I said, when it first starts, it's got, updated graphics and everything. But it's got that old Alan Silvestri soundtrack from the original film, and I was like, oh shit, we're just gonna go, and not like it was gonna be set in the 80s. I knew it wasn't set in the 80s. I knew it was set now, but I thought that they were gonna try to go for that 80s type of feel, like, or even 90s, like Jurassic Park or like an Amblin movie type of thing or something. No, immediately that got thrown out the window. This movie starts and goes for the first, I want to say 30 minutes, like the very first Transformers film.
It wasn't. It's not quite that long.
No,
but close. And the
20 maybe.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes though are somewhat aggravating. I was actually oh my god,
this is just going to be straight up bad. Yeah,
yeah. And then they kick it. Then they like hurry it up.
Then you meet the loonies. Basically.
Yeah. Then they hurry it up, and they're like, all right, let's get this together. Yeah. And so it's 30 minutes until it's like, okay, everything's in place. Sure. The first 10 minutes was just like, what the fuck is who are all these people? Why the fuck do I care?
Yeah, what is going on? Because you just get these little quick. 30
really quick? Yeah,
30-second intros to people. Yeah, it's just like
and they cut back and forth and back. Yeah,
they just kept splashing back and forth. It was the worst. But no, then everybody comes together. All the plot lines converge in the same way that a lot of these terrible movies that have way too many plot lines going on do. So you got to deal with that.
It goes from 4 to 2 very quickly.
It goes from 4 to 2 to 1.
To 1, yes. But it goes from the 4 to the 2 rather quickly.
Very quickly, yeah.
They hurry the movie along, and the pace of it I really liked.
Oh yeah.
Near the end though, there was just something like, okay.
It felt like they had a good pace going for most of the movie, and then they were like, oh shit, we don't have enough. So they stretched it out.
Yeah, which is weird because it seems like it's heavily edited. But when you watch an older movie, like me in particular, like we have a whole concept for a show about it. When you watch something that you like missed out on and you go, oh, and you kind of laugh or whatever, and you're like, oh, it's kind of dumb, but it was, it's an older movie. It was back in the 80s. But somebody who watched it back then is like, doesn't think it's weird or stupid.
Yeah.
They're like, no, that's the movie. Like, that's just how it was, and it was amazing, and it still is.
Yeah.
This movie feels like I'm excusing it because I'm like, this is like some other dumb movie. And then when it gets to the end bit, it feels very modern action.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
But like low rent.
Very, very bad. It reminded me, the end of this movie reminded me of those dark days during the early 2000s.
Yeah,
when we were doing a lot of sci-fi and action films, and they all sucked. Right about the time that the AVPs came out.
Yeah. There's something about the end of this movie, like just kind of like flipped the switch, and I was like, this is amazing fun, to like, I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, please move along. And then the actual end happens.
And then that was hilarious.
And, oh my God, that was
so many implications. I thought of a million more after you had left.
Oh,
we were
really?
talking about it earlier with that last scene. They're just like, is it the government who was like, hey, remember those bad guys that we had in charge of it before? Well, they're all dead, so we'll give it to the good guys now.
I have no idea. Like was that Cobra and this is G.I. Joe?
Were they government the first time? And now they're just like, oh, we got the bad eggs out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Again, like we were talking about, payoffs, no setups.
They're the bad guys.
Yeah, they wear black and they fly in helicopters. They all seem to fit in that one tiny helicopter, and there's so many guys all the time.
I also noticed that it was like they had the 3 jumper seats and then like the pilot, and then 4 or 5 dudes would always.
And then like 6 dudes get out of this. It's because it's one of those little like possibly 4-man helicopters.
Yeah,
like Little Bird, the Little Bird from Battlefield.
From Battlefield, that's where we know our helicopters.
Yeah, that's how I know my military
Skippies.
stuff. Yeah, skippies. Skip. We'll just move back to our old chosen mascot, Steven Seagal.
Yeah, that's true. We could probably get him.
Oh, we've talked about that. Yeah, dude. Like you got $500, you can get Steven Seagal.
He'll show up for one shooting day.
Yeah, he'll show up for a steak and $500.
Yeah, you just get him in the close-ups, and then you get a walrus to do the wides, and you're good to go.
Find some Eastern European girl that barely speaks any English.
That will do the awkward "I'm sitting still while you kiss on my neck" ending.
Oh yeah, while you gyrate. Jesus, he is a terrible person.
He's a weirdo. I know my description of the movie made no sense. I get that, but like it had a good feel to it. Like when it was, the dumbness felt right.
Yeah, back on topic.
Yeah, the dumbness just felt right.
Yeah, this is not annoying dumb.
No.
This is hilarious. It is so much fun. I enjoyed the 90 minutes I was in the theater.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I loved it from beginning to end. It is absolutely ridiculous, but you don't have a bad time. You are thoroughly entertained. Yeah. You will watch it. You will like it. You will forget about it.
Yeah. See, Are
you saying you're going to remember it? Because I think I could.
I'm saying I'm probably going to watch this movie a lot.
I'm probably going to watch it again.
Not like go to the theater again.
Oh no,
maybe.
No.
But
I might buy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it and watch. Like throw it on when you're doing something else. I have it up here on the screen while I'm playing video games.
Exactly. And this is
turn around, have a laugh.
And this is the thing that blows me away about it is it's written by Shane Black and Fred Decker.
Yes,
Frank Decker.
Frank, I think.
Frank or Fred, I can't remember. But they wrote Predators, which is one of earnestly my favorite Predator movies. Okay. I loved the first Predator. Second one's all right. Then there was those bad, awful ones. They're pretty bad. Those are. They're dumb.
They were like barely Predator movies, right?
Yeah, they're barely Predator movies.
It was like the whole
one movie you can't even fucking see what's going on because it's all filmed at night and they don't put light anywhere. It's a terrible fucking movie. They're just terrible movies. And then Predators came out, and like you could have left it at Predators, and I would have been fine with that. A lot of people don't like Predators. They said it was false advertisement because in the trailer, Adrian Brody's got his hands up, and there's like 1 billion laser sights on him. And in the movie, it's like 3. So they were just, there's not enough pride. And I was like, I like that there was only like 2 or 3 of them. That's fucking fine.
Yeah.
And that's
if there were too many Predators, like you're just like, well, they're going to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, that movie was fucking super cool. It took it back to the first one. You were doing that like you're being stalked and you're being hunted and you can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't see who's coming for you and everything. I mean, we already knew what the Predator was and stuff, so the reveals were ridiculous. Lawrence Fishburne's character is terrible. I'll say that. But no, the rest of the movie's fucking solid. And I loved the concept of the movie that they didn't come to our planet. They took a bunch of people from another planet and put them on this planet that they use as a game reserve.
Oh,
it was really, really cool. It was a really cool movie. I like that.
They threw that out.
And they end that like there's going to be a sequel. And I was really looking forward to the next one. I was really looking, because he's just like, I'm going to get off this fucking planet. And I was like, fucking dope. He's going to steal a ship. We're going to see this great Predator space thing. It's going to be super cool. I was really looking forward to it. But it never came to be, and I was like, well, that's the fucking end. Okay, yeah. I'm cool with that. And then this came out, and I was like, oh, it's the same fucking dudes. This will be great. Directed by Shane Black, one of my favorite directors. Oh my God, this has... It's a totally different fucking movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, nothing you just described is in this fucking
movie. It's a fucking comedy.
It is a comedy.
It is straight
written as a comedy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, and I was talking to you about it earlier. When you look at the first Predator movie, it is almost... It's a theory among a lot of fans of the movie that it's a self-aware parody of the masculinity and the over-the-top action hero that was going on at the time.
I know that, yeah, and I know that that ridiculous action sequence before the Predator even comes into play.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's when they attack that little like smuggler town. Or
I've heard that is just... squibs and fucking explosions and just...
Dude, they trash every bamboo building that ever existed, man. They just bought everything at IKEA and blew it up.
Yeah.
There's all that going on, and then like it's a big dumb fucking action movie. What makes it better? Big dumb action comedy almost, because it's ridiculous. But what makes it better is they balance it with this creature that's hunting from the shadows and you don't know it's there. And there's this great bit that Silvestri does, and they fucking put it with I don't know who fucking directed the movie, and I apologize.
The RoboCop guy.
No, it wasn't Verhoeven.
Oh, not Verhoeven. Sorry, not RoboCop. Fuck. What else did he direct? And I can't remember his name either. Well, we send them. Continue.
We'll put a footnote.
I'll edit it in.
Put a footnote in the description or something. Yeah, just you going like
Devin guy.
But
oh yeah, my edits. The greater Los Angeles area.
Yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah. There's this great bit where Alan Silvestri would he has somebody just on some drums, and they close in on random parts of the jungle. And when I was a kid, I didn't get what they were doing. I thought it was ridiculous. But as I got older, I got it. He could be in these bushes. You don't fucking see the Predator in the bushes. You don't see the blur that you saw, his invisibility effect. But he could be there. He could be watching you, and like that was the creepy thing about it, dude. And it was unsettling and everything, and that was what elevated the movie above the rest of it. It was fucking great.
Yeah, you can have your underlying idea and do it good, and have it be suspenseful and have good action scenes while being like, but overall it's kind of a comedy because when it's an earnest action movie, like there's a lot of downtime that is like.
Between
being made fun of, you know what I mean? So,
well, that's why like Die Hard works so well, because it's an action comedy almost. It's fucking hilarious, but it's also one of the best fucking action movies ever made.
Yeah.
But no. So in this movie, I was trying to figure out what the joke was this time, and I thought that like. His whole like when you get into I know it's his Winnebago because he knows where all those guns are. Yeah, it's McKenna's Winnebago. He's got stuff like I'm not drunk, I'm loaded. You know, we don't call 911 and stuff. He's got all this all over there, but there's no joke to him. We're supposed to take him very seriously, but the rest of the movie. So I wonder if they presented us with these ridiculous characters to make fun of the reboot, soft sequel, whatever the hell that they call these. So
I think the joke with him, because do you remember his wife who had been on screen for about 2 minutes
and then disappeared forever?
I know, but then just had this like fucking big ass speech, dramatic speech, and you're just like,
oh, and then what's his name? Nettles is just like your speech didn't work for me. It was actually pretty dumb.
Yeah,
sounds like he can take care of himself.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a girl.
But he called me a pussy.
And they make fun of it directly afterwards. But it was while it was happening, I was just kind of like, this is so stupid. I think that the whole idea of
they're still making fun of the big time action hero.
Yeah, the whole idea of like he's the hero and you know it up front is ridiculous, dude. Especially when it's like, now they're all gonna get killed off one by one in a 3-minute span.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't even throughout the movie.
You know what's so funny, dude? Is fucking spoilers from here on.
Oh, I didn't think anybody could give a shit about spoilers.
Okay. If nobody gives a shit about spoilers, fuck spoilers. You can just listen to the whole episode.
Yeah. What's to spoil?
That was what I was like. Is this spoilers?
I guess fine. Fuck it. Spoilers.
No,
sorry.
Don't fuck it. No, fuck it, dude. Who cares? Yeah, I was just like, at one point, I was like, well, see, they're already fucking up. And this was a mild irritation to me as well, now that I think about it. Where I was just like, it's all just fucking red shirts getting killed.
Yeah.
Here. I was like, in Predator, those were the stakes, where these fucking alpha males out there, they're fucking jacked up fucking supermen, and they're getting the shit kicked out of them the whole time. They're dying left and right. Jesse Ventura's chest explodes, you know? It's...
Wow.
Ooh. What was I thinking? Oh yeah. And it was like the stakes were always raised because you knew all the characters. It wasn't just red shirts. Everybody was a real character. And then like in this one, it was all just red shirts. It was just random soldiers and shit that were just getting killed. And it was like, who the fuck cares? And then like out of nowhere at the end of the movie, the people the A-team, like, I mean, as I told you earlier, it's the whole movie's concept is the A-team. What if the A-team fought the Predator?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and what if they had mental illnesses?
Yeah. Well, Murdoch does, according to the A-team. They're all fucked up in the A-team. Yeah,
I don't know anything about the A-team.
Oh, they got dishonorably discharged for being fucking wacky and weird.
Okay, yes, that's exactly what it is.
But it's the A-team. What if the A-team fought the fucking Predator? That's the whole concept of the movie, and it's amazing. But no, they all start dying off in like the last
they
last 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, they kill them off in a very short period of time. And I
the way two of them die is one of my favorite scenes.
It is hilariously stupid, and I love it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is it's like, it's so funny. They did not mean for us to take this serious.
They were gay, right? Is that what was going on there?
I don't know if they were gay or if they were just best friends. There was this weird explanation.
No, there was, but I had no idea what they were saying. Dude, they started mumbling, and then they went, oh yeah, it's back in the 2, and they're like, oh shit, and then they just started doing back to the plot, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's like, isn't that romantic?
Yeah.
And he was just like, what? You mean? And he's like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and they walked, and I was like...
He was like having an issue. He was kind of freaking out. And he was there with them. And then they said something, and then they had a little thing, and then they said, oh, isn't that romantic? I'm like, what are they just saying? He's like, blah, 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 bye. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I couldn't hear him. I did not hear what he said at that point. I thought that they were just really good friends.
And I think that is too.
It could be one or the other. Yeah.
That scene was a little...
Yeah. Well, they always had each other's backs.
Yes.
So,
okay.
That killed me. Those guys killed me, though. They were Key and Thomas Jane were the funniest part of the movie.
They were really good. You know what's so funny is... I can't say what I thought without spoiling that scene, and I don't want to do that. So, never mind. But...
Yeah, don't give that. I don't want to give away the end, which is the funniest part of the movie.
It is good that they killed them off there, like in quick succession near the end, because you got to know them and stuff. Mm-hmm. The first 3 guys that would die, you'd just be like, who cares?
I think the only one that had a good death was Nebraska, because you figured out what his deal was the whole time in his last moments.
Yeah,
you're like, oh. Yeah, good for you. You know.
Yeah.
That was the only one that kind of hit me. You know?
They did good work on him, developing him. But Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that sure there were red shirts, but I did also like that near the end it was like yes, like we can cooperate, and they had like a little plan.
Oh yeah,
that like worked out fine ish.
It started out good.
And I'm just kind of like, yeah, like these predators are kind of stupid. Like their deal, like, and that was the thing with McKenna too, where it's just like, the true warrior, I want you. Like, I think the whole thing was a joke about like, why is he the leader?
Yeah.
Like, why is he in charge? Why is he the badass?
Yeah.
And I loved when the stupid A-team got involved finally, and they were just murdering people like indiscriminately.
Yes.
And like, there's a big play on like how violent the movie is.
Oh, yeah.
That they reference within the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He struggles with.
Okay, yeah. See, and this is what I'm talking about, dude. Where I'm just like, it seems too self-aware to just be poorly written.
Yeah.
So, like,
I'm very surprised about a lot of, not just critics. Yeah, I can see
I think
I'm not liking it.
critics and like fan reactions have been overly harsh.
I was gonna say, but like fan, like more YouTubers and stuff like that, not real critics.
Yeah, real people.
But
not real
honestly,
critics.
but that's a good thing. That's not a diss against them.
Yeah.
Also, reacting pretty poorly. So it's odd to me.
It's odd. It's really odd. I know one of my favorite reviewers, he thinks it's a great movie. He thinks it's a fantastic movie.
Does he?
Like, genuinely, he thinks it's almost as good as the original. And I'm like, all right, dude, you're pushing some boundaries there.
I really like it. And I think...
I love it.
I don't think it's a good movie. But,
no, it's a bad movie. But I think it's supposed to be.
Is it bad? I just think that it's like structure... just like... I think it's his masterpiece.
I'm so confused. I think it may be a masterpiece.
I like Nice Guys, sure. But you know what? Of course he made a good buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? What has he done here?
Seriously. Like,
what has he created?
The whole time I was watching, I was like, this is like a Franken movie. What the hell is going on? Shane, what have you done?
Like, here's a good comparison. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
I laugh and I'm
this could have been as good as Solo. Solo could have been as good as this.
Yes. Yeah. So that movie, I just was kind of like, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I had a little bit of a good time, but overall, like, it's just not good.
Yeah.
And I haven't thought of it very much. It's out to watch. I haven't watched it again.
Unless I see somebody referencing something that happened in Solo, I don't remember what happened.
I just remember robot legs.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like poor structure, heavily edited, but whatever. And it's just kind of like the problem was there's no personality behind it. It wasn't structured that way. It was Frankenstein together.
Yeah.
It just feels like somebody meticulously crafted nonsense.
Yes. And like on top of that, dude, every character is pretty memorable.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, everybody does. I told you earlier, I hate Olivia Munn, I thought she was fantastic.
They made me enjoy Olivia Munn.
Yeah.
For more than licking stuff.
God. For eating a dangling hot dog.
Eating the dangling hot dog. The other Chobot licked the thing.
Chobot licked the controller, yeah. The Game Boy. Game Boy?
It was a PSP.
It was a PSP. Jesus Christ.
They don't even make that.
I was going to say, way to double down on that one.
That's a PS Vita. I don't even think that exists.
I think it's still around.
Yeah, nobody plays it. I think they played it in Japan, but now the Switch came out, nobody plays it.
Yeah, nobody plays anything anymore but the Switch. But,
that's right. You're left in the dust.
All right, calm down, man.
I've got all the best stuff, and you have nothing.
That was mean, man.
I'm sorry.
What was I saying? Yeah, but like everybody's like Key's doing a great thing. Like I said earlier, Thomas Jane is great in the movie. Great comedic timing. He's hilarious. I don't know who the dude is that played Nettles, but I thought he was really good. Mm-hmm. Nebraska's a straight man, so I mean he's the straight man.
Yes.
So is McKenna, and it's funny because every time McKenna does something that's supposed to be badass, someone is always there to rip him down.
Yeah.
And I think it's like when he yells, "Shut the fuck up!" And everyone, shut the fuck up. This guy.
McKenna is the guy from Logan, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And
yeah.
has he done anything else?
I think he was on Narcos.
Okay.
And then I know him from something else, and
Okay.
I can't think of it right now.
I'm just making sure. I was just
he's on the I know he's on Yellowstone.
Yeah. It just seemed like, and I know the supporting cast is always where a lot of the personality comes from.
There was
it was weird to like cast him and Olivia Munn as like the main.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say like Thomas Jane and Key are probably the most known names in the entire. Well,
maybe what's his name from not Modern Family. What the fuck is it? That stupid Parenthood.
Oh, This Is Us.
This Is Us. Whatever. I don't fucking know.
Modern Family, Parenthood.
The guy who dies in fucking Black Panther.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, he's. I know him from Our Idiot Brother. He was his parole officer. I totally forgot he was in This Is Us. But no, dude. He's great as kind of a Carl Weathers type. He was super funny. I liked him a lot.
He was my favorite.
He was such a piece of shit, and he just constantly popping Nicorette gum.
Took pleasure in being ridiculous.
Yeah, he was obnoxiously.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Well, we're fucking keeping it because it's a way cooler name.
Because we took a vote on it, and it's like way cool, right? Everybody,
right?
Yeah.
Everybody, I'll fucking kill you.
I hope he does, because your dad's probably the dumbest motherfucker I've ever met.
Being an asshole.
He's so terrible, and he is a wonderful villain because he just loves doing evil.
Yeah, and that's what was so funny. I was like, were they government?
Yeah,
because then it's like I'm like, because
I don't even.
He was like at the army base, and they were rerouting the army people. But then it's like, yes, we're the good people now, and I was like, he also wanted to get that shit. Is he a bat? What is happening?
Yeah. I was like,
it doesn't matter because guess what? The movie we'll
find out in The Predators.
I was about to reference a movie I've never seen, but I was about to do the Ed Wood fucking like, nobody cares about the little details.
Nobody cares about the little details. I love that movie. But no, yeah, dude, like it was so confusing. What? Because he's just like, oh yeah, welcome aboard, and then he's just like, no, kill her.
Yeah, but it didn't make it hard to watch. Confusing. No. It was just kind of like, okay, I guess that's whatever.
It is like it's like riding Space Mountain. You don't know what the fuck's going on or what's coming next, but you're enjoying it.
Yeah, yeah.
You go back again,
and it's not like now we're doing this, and you're confused as to why. Every scene at least leads into the next scene.
Yeah.
They might have a Winnebago, and you don't know where that came from, but you get that they're together and you know where they're going.
The Winnebago may show up in the gunfight on the baseball field and then show up again later like it was never there.
Yes. Very true.
The Predator may be invisible and not have the tool to make him invisible.
That is confusing. But I think they have two. I don't know.
I just know that he had that gauntlet on and he went invisible. But I was like, wait a minute. If that's what makes the Predator invisible, how did the Predator go invisible?
He showed up invisible.
Yeah.
He had a backup. So
yeah, he had a backup. Kept it on his utility belt like Batman.
Good over the top violence. Nothing
some great old school. Yeah, there was a couple scenes that are pretty bad. But no, it's pretty gory. But no, some great old school, like fucking when the one Predator harpoons the guy with the rope and then decapitates the two guys in the Jeep.
Yeah, that's a solid bit.
That was ridiculous. Like I chuckled at that one. I was like, "Oh my god,
that is a solid bit." And also
the action. A lot of the action is almost comedic.
Yeah, well, because here's the thing. I forgot I was going to bring this up too. Whenever the Predator kills people, he just like rips their face off, or fucking stabs them, or slices their throat, or rips their head off, or whatever. And unless it's the main character, he grabs them and throws them across the room. They don't even like, why didn't you just rip his face off like you did
just the 14
other guys you just killed?
Yeah. plot.
Because I know he can't, but it's like maybe less.
Well, he can.
Make it less fucking apparent when he throws them for the third time.
Is that in on it?
I don't know. That I don't think so. I think that's just a trope that is in every movie.
Yeah, that happens all the time. Fucking,
but it's like
they'll fall
murder, grab, throw, and I'm like, okay, come on, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's.
That's just a gripe.
It is such a weird movie.
Yeah, it's just fantastic.
It is wonderfully stupid.
Boy, I think it's going to be huge. Because there's people who are going to go see it.
Our theater was if our theater was any kind of showing indication. Thank you. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are going to love this movie.
You know, all the seats to our left that were empty.
Yeah.
When I bought them, those were all not available. Like 7 people didn't show up.
This is what I was talking about. I was talking to you about it the other day. Buying tickets for like Marvel movies and stuff. 90% of the theaters, 90% of the theaters sold out. I sit down. Nobody shows up for the movie. Yeah. It's like me and 30 people.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck? So
this place is supposed to be packed.
Yeah, that was weird. But people want to see it that like Predator. People like me who don't give a shit about Predator at all, like, are just like, that looks fun.
I was nervous about this movie. I told you. I was like, I think this is going to suck. It looks terrible. And then I went and saw it, and I was like, oh my God, it's so dumb, and I love it.
I asked if you wanted to go by. So you want to go see this piece of shit?
Yeah. What time you want to go see this piece of shit?
I was not hopeful. And then there's gonna be people like us that are just like, wow, it's so dumb. Did they mean to do that? And then there's the people like the guy behind us.
Oh God, that man, this was his day, dude.
They just made the perfect movie for him.
Not the old fella that was behind me. He was a cranky puss. He hated the movie, but he really didn't like that I laughed out loud at it. No, this dude behind us commenting everything he possibly could.
Oh man, that kid's smart as hell.
Oh man, that kid's smart as hell. Bruh. What is you doing?
What is you doing? Oh shit.
Oh shit, don't go in there. Yeah. Oh, that shit's scary as hell.
Oh man, that is badass. That is crazy.
That is crazy. Did you see what he just did?
He just went on him hard. And I'm just like,
calm down, bro.
I hope to God that this is like a little winky bad, or I feel like I'm on the same level as this dumb who's just like, bro, there's explosions. So good.
Guys who take Fast and the Furious way too seriously.
Yeah, the people who got mad at us and the 4 ladies that were cracking up hysterically.
Dude, we were having a great time at that show. Yeah. Oh God, Fate of the Furious is so great.
So great.
Another one, Self-Aware.
So I think this is just hitting. I think this is hitting every demographic.
It's so funny because like I genuinely love. Oh yeah,
autistic moms of autistic children not gonna be fans.
No, or will they? Because he saves the day,
and they want his genes. They love his autism so much.
And
this is the movie,
spoilers.
not me. Yeah. I'm not.
And maybe soldiers with PTSD. They may be a little offended. But they do save the day too. So.
Will they?
Yeah. Who knows?
People stigmatizing mental illness. I don't fucking know. Yeah, it gives no shits about being just. Oh no,
this is not a PC film at all. Yeah, no. The most PC thing they do is actually have a woman do stuff.
Do something. Yeah. And Olivia Munn of all people.
She can't do anything.
She doesn't do shit in any movie she's in.
Did you see Apocalypse?
Did you see Apocalypse?
She stood around. She cut a thing in half and then vanished.
And then left.
She didn't even talk in that movie.
No.
No, it's so funny because like I genuinely love the first one. Predators. The second one it's all right. I tolerate it. There's a lot that I don't like about that movie. Namely, if Danny Glover can beat up a predator, I feel like I can beat up a predator.
Yeah.
He's too old for this shit. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
And then Predators was like a return to form for me. I really, really liked that movie a lot. But like this one, I like that it's kind of a double-edged sword because like it doesn't do a lot of the scary, stocky shit
No. There's not even.
But
there's not even a single jump scare.
You can't do that anymore. We all know who the Predator is.
Yes.
We know everything about the Predator. We know he's the one. It's the name of the fucking movie. It's
embracing. Yeah, they don't have to go total dumb with it, but they have to embrace the fact that it's not going to wow you. You're not going to be like, wow, scary monster.
You're never going to recapture that old feeling again. And I feel like
it's ingrained in pop culture at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel and that's the road that I like that they went down, where I feel like all these to compare it to another property popular at the time, I feel like they're trying to recapture that very much with like Prometheus and Alien Covenant and stuff.
Yeah.
And this movie just kind of tossed all that out the window, and it just said, you know what the hell, and just made a movie.
Made a movie appropriate for where the property's at this point in time.
Yeah,
they have some canon in there, but for the most part, they're like, we're just making this little story.
It doesn't. If you love the previous movies, it doesn't ruin anything. It's just Predator the comedy.
Yeah,
it's like I said, it's A-Team. What if A-Team fought the Predator? Have a great time with that one. I did.
The Predators didn't do anything goofy.
No, the Predators didn't suck. I thought the Predators were, well, one of them really does. I thought he was a little, it's too much. But again, I don't know if that's a joke or not.
Was it where he's like, all right, head start? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, that whole scene was the dumbest part.
It was so stupid.
That was ridiculous. One of you will be the leader. I like him very much.
And then they're
his head will be
since
my
he's
trophy.
since he said so, now we're all gonna get along.
What does that mean? Oh, we're buddies. Yeah, that part was ridiculous. That guy, him in general, I was just like once I saw him, I was like, what? He's 11 feet tall, man.
Eyewitnesses say.
What eyewitnesses?
The guys that drove away in the Winnebago.
The guys that left in the Winnebago?
I loved that, by the way. How slow
when he became exposition man?
Yeah, that was funny. But no, how slow the Winnebago was going. And they're looking out the back window and the super predators just looking at him like, bye.
Yeah, okay. Later. And she's like, "Did you see all that cool shit he did?" And he's like, "What?" And then he's just standing there like, I was like, chase them?
He didn't have beef with them yet? I don't know. Did they give him the thing? I don't remember.
He just wanted the ship.
Yeah, I don't know if they gave him the thing yet.
I don't know if he gave him the thing either.
He is going to give the little one the thing, and then the big one ripped him through the window.
Yeah.
And smashed his face in.
Yeah, that looked really painful.
Yeah. So
yeah, definitely do yourselves a favor. Have a wacky, fun, sci-fi, violent time.
They shoot a predator dog in the head, but it doesn't kill him, but it makes him docile and stupid.
And then maybe they like it, but maybe they don't.
Like, don't hurt my dog. This is my dog. Fetch. And then they throw a grenade.
She throws a grenade for it to fetch.
And it brings it back.
It brings the grenade back. And then she's all scared that it's going to eat her.
Yeah, but then later she's scared it's going to eat her.
But then they're like best friends again almost immediately after that. And they're following it. When did they find it again?
When they left in the helicopter, they shot one shot of it was running underneath the
helicopter. I saw that, but where was it going and when did it leave like that? Because it was supposed to be following them.
That's a good question. Good question.
This movie is bananas. Have fun.
Have a good time. That's our that's the Mighty Movie Pod recommendation of the week.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, Josh?
I think I'm spent.
I agree. The only thing that I would like to bring up is what the fuck did I watch? I feel like I watched something.
I watched Hostiles on Netflix.
Nice.
Very good movie. It's a little long. Doesn't need to be long. It reminded me a lot of Outlaw Josie Wales. If you're a fan of Westerns, you know what I'm talking about. It's a Clint Eastwood movie. And like Outlaw Josie Wales, it's a little longer than it needs to be. And it's very ham-fisted in what it's saying. But good performances all around. I enjoyed Christian Bale very much. Rosamund Pike is very good in the movie as well. I really enjoyed her. I don't know the man who played the chief. I don't know his name, but I've seen him in a million movies, and he's always great. He was also great in this. It's very beautifully shot. Good soundtrack to it. Just a great Western. You guys should check it out.
Check that one out. I totally had something.
Was it Pitch Perfect 3?
No.
Because you were watching that when I got here.
Yeah, I like the Pitch Perfect movies. I don't know why. See, like, here's the thing. Let me tell you something. Let me just mute that. Let me tell you something. We run a movie podcast where we want people to listen to our opinions and maybe take something from them. Why would anybody ever listen to me? I'm just like...
Dude, have you seen my top 5 movies?
I saw the Warcraft movie and loved it.
Oh, yeah.
I like the Pitch Perfect movies.
I love Kong of Skull Island and G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Well, G.I. Joe Retaliation is just a masterpiece.
Yeah, the RZA plays Blind Master. You don't need any argument.
All you need to know, people. But, Pitch Perfect 3 was the worst of the Pitch Perfect movies. But that doesn't mean a whole lot.
No.
They still did their thing. Fat Amy blew up John Lithgow's boat.
Fat Amy.
So there you go. And they let loose DJ Khaled's bees.
You know what's funny? I would watch those movies if Rebel Wilson wasn't in them. She drives
They lean into her
insane.
the most.
I
don't know why. It was supposed to be Anna Kendrick as the main character.
I cannot stand her.
The whole second movie was Adam Devine and her like having this like relationship that could not be.
Oh no.
That was like, I was like, why? They like go to a ranch or something.
Yeah.
They're bad. Like the first one had okay. All seriousness, obviously, Pitch Perfect 2 and 3 are fucking stupid. But I like them. The first one was like a real movie.
I heard the first one was genuinely good.
We watched most of it. Remember?
I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
Not the whole thing, but we watched most of it. It has a plot.
Yeah.
And the only time they like come up with reasons why they're singing and stuff, and like there's struggles. They have obstacles they must overcome. Characters grow, change. It's a movie.
It's got a story.
Yeah. 2 and 3 are not that. I don't understand them.
That's the sequel thing, the comedy sequel thing. Look at the Hangover movie.
Yeah, that's true. Well, okay. I haven't seen the third one. Second one was just the first one again. Yeah. They didn't do that. They made a weird movie, and then they went even weirder with the third one. Pitch Perfect. Hot takes here.
We're getting into it.
It's like... I feel like I take crazy pills when this happens. It's like Video Game High School.
Oh.
I made Josh watch all of Video Game High School.
I've still never forgiven you for that, by the way.
The first season, it was like he's trying to make the team and keep the scholarship alive at Video Game High School, and he's got to like play good. And then I don't think you watched that season.
You didn't. You just constantly told me what happened in the first season while I was glaring at you about everything going on in every episode. I sat there watching season 2.
Yes. And then the second
season. And by the way, no, he actually forced me to watch it. I could not leave. He was my ride.
Yeah. You had no choice. So, and then in the second season, it was like they would bring that up every now and again. And they randomly were having like, my dad died and now I'm sad, like teen drama. Yeah,
there was no balance to that show at all. It was like wacky comedy in one episode, and then all of a sudden somebody's like super sad and having suicidal thoughts.
And the whole theme of the show did not matter. It didn't matter they were at Video Game High School.
No, they went like Degrassi with it. You had a bit of video games with Degrassi.
I think he was like...
That's like every CW show that claims to be a superhero show.
Dude, it was so weird. And that's what they did with Pitch Perfect. So, thought I'd bring that up, where I act like I have a much more sophisticated palate than Josh. I watch terrible things. I'm terrible.
I've enjoyed every Maze Runner movie, so.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah, I guess I can't hold that against you.
Yeah.
So just watch shit and have fun with it.
Yeah. Do what you like, people.
We're still gonna be big negative assholes, but you know what? Let's be real. Just watch stuff, and eventually you'll be able to know what is garbage and what is not, and probably just still watch garbage anyway.
Exactly.
And that's what it's all about, people.
Well, because like when you think about it, the main thing about watching movies is watching garbage movies.
I agree.
There is
Nobody's
a limit.
Sitting down. Nobody's like, I'm only gonna sit down and watch Schindler's List. If I'm going to sit down for a movie, I want to see some Schindler's List. I might watch Godfather Part 2. I might watch.
Trying to think of the one with
Casablanca, maybe if I'm feeling it.
I'm trying to think of the one with Max von Sydow where he plays a game of chess with death. It's very artsy, very dry, very serious movie.
Yeah.
It's all German too.
And don't get me wrong. Obviously, I watch those, but it's not what I'm going to watch all the time.
No.
Give me a break.
Sometimes I really want to watch Wild Wild West.
Sometimes I want to see fucking Selma Hayek run from a big metal spider.
Exactly. Sometimes I want to watch. Oh god. Sometimes
I want to watch Vin Diesel win a race in reverse with his car on fire.
Sometimes I want to watch him jump over a chain link fence on a dirt bike.
Yeah, exactly.
With no ramp. Sometimes I want to watch Alan Grant run from pterodactyls.
Sometimes
Jurassic Park 3 is a lot better than people give it credit for.
Sometimes I want to watch the first thing you said, but sub in Vanilla Ice.
Ooh. Have you ever seen it?
No, just that
I've
scene.
seen it. I've seen the whole thing, dude. Riff Tracks did it. Oh my god, that movie makes no sense. That movie is. I hate that movie. It's terrible. Vanilla Ice my ass.
Is there any extreme rollerblading movies? That's not rollerball.
Dude, have you never seen The Air Up There? Is that what it is?
The Air Up There? No, I haven't.
Is it The Air Up There? It's early Jack Black, dude. And this surfer kid moves to Michigan or something, and he's a surfer, and then all of a sudden he's like a pro rollerblader.
The Air Up There is that.
The Air Up There is Kevin Bacon.
movie.
Yeah. See, that was the one I think it was. It was
Jack
Air
Black,
something.
you said.
Jack Black. It's early 90s.
Rollerblade movie.
But no, dude, it is
Airborne.
Thank
1993.
You. That movie, early. It's early Jack Black and early Seth Green.
Okay. Oh yeah. I see him.
That movie, it's terrible, but it's super fun to watch, man.
Oh no. Okay.
It's a really fun bad movie. I loved that movie when I was a kid. Does not age well. Because you start noticing things like the plot doesn't make sense and characters show up that don't matter and then disappear.
Yeah.
And like he's a surfer and he's like, oh bro, tasty waves. And then all of a sudden he's just like, yeah, I'm a pro fucking skater. And everybody's like, I hate this guy. And he's just like, but I win all the fucking hockey games. So they play street hockey and shit in the off season.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah, dude, we'll have to find it somewhere.
Think about it.
Yeah, we'll have to find something. There's Airborne, and then I think Corey Haim did one called Revenge of the Roller Boys or Night of the Roller Boys or something, and it's if I remember right, it's God, I haven't seen that movie since I was 11. There's I think it's supposed to be futuristic or something, and they're a gang and they all wear trench coats and they ride rollerblades and they fight the man or they're criminals or something. I can't remember what the point of the fucking movie was. It was awful. But we'll check that. Yeah, basically, if rollerblading is involved, is any time of extreme sport movie.
Yeah.
Except for some odd reason, the Fast and Furious and the Triple X movies, which people love. But because there was Rad, there was BMX Bandits. I never saw Rad. I saw BMX Bandits. That's the Nicole Kidman one, I believe. It is terrible. Oh my God, there's so many, dude. Oh my God, the dirt bike one. Oh shit, what was that one? it's like Full Throttle or something like that, or like I can't remember what that one was, but he's just trying to get that sponsorship, and these rich goddamn assholes riding around on the motocross, like getting in his way, and he just wants to race to win.
You know what?
It's really funny. This is another one with like it's called Rush or something, and it's fucking. Or Octane, it has some stupid name like that.
Something like
and
that.
And it's
Rush,
street bikes.
Rush is a
Rush is a great movie with Chris Hemsworth. Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's Premium Rush, which is a really dumb movie that I don't know why people love so much, about a guy who rides a fixed gear bicycle.
I don't know why JGL everybody loves him so much. He's fine.
I think he's a great actor. But he makes some bizarre choices.
People think that he's really cool. It's fine, which is fine by me. I'm not saying he's not.
I have no.
I just don't. He's not I don't think about him or see him enough to understand why.
Yeah, people love him, man. Well, plus doesn't he run that business that really supports the creative community and stuff like that? Yeah,
that group, that crowdsourced video thing. So you sign up for that, and then you'll do 2 seconds of an animated feature or something like that. Yeah, that's right.
So he's he's about the community and stuff like that.
I forgot. Yeah,
he does that, and plus he like you said, we don't see him all the time, but then when he's on screen, he's awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
So don't watch Premium Rush. It's a terrible movie.
I didn't like it.
That's the extent of my.
I just wondering. I don't know when I think of
extreme sports movie knowledge.
I think if I think extreme sports movie 90s, I want to see rollerblades. I don't know why. I don't get it.
You're not even a rollerblader.
Dude.
God, here we go. I forgot. You almost went pro.
You don't know. I was like a rollerblading prodigy. I had to give it up.
No, you weren't.
I was.
Did you ride fakie? Can you ride fakie?
You just ride backwards, but yeah.
Just ride backwards? Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't think...
fakie manual? Did you do a 50-50 grind or a knack-knack?
I had to give it up. Started skateboarding instead.
Oh.
But no, I was a rollerblading prodigy.
Were you getting what were you getting? Your corns were getting too bad.
I just don't want to talk about it. Yeah, okay. I lost a lot when Pogs took a shit. I invested my pro rollerblading money badly.
I feel like you've stolen this from something.
I haven't. I'm just thinking about my childhood. It was rollerblading and Pogs, and that's all I got.
How could you be around for Pogs? Wait a minute, dude. You had to be 8 years old at this time.
Yeah. I said I was a prodigy. Do you know what that means?
I thought that was precocious.
Pay attention, Josh. It was all there.
Huh?
It was all there.
Ryan, I'm old. I don't listen.
What?
What?
I'm going to shoot you with my crossbow. Okay.
Yeah.
I just saw it up there, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
It's been a long time since you shot me with that crossbow.
It's been a while. So people know.
It's been really good days.
It's not like a real crossbow.
Yeah. So, the next episode, if I'm not here, Ryan shot me with a crossbow.
With a real crossbow.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll about cover it.
I think we can wrap her up.
I think this is one of my favorite episodes of all time.
This is a good episode.
It just gets better and better.
Oh, it just gets more fun. You guys are here. We're here. You have to listen to us unless you hit the pause button and never come back.
Yeah. Thank you very much for listening. I will not make any promises about what's going on with the episodes because it burns me
every time we start getting into a flow. Fucking
so we just we're natural fuck ups, but we try. So you can find us on all major podcasting apps, including iTunes, Google Play, etc. All your favorite apps will be there. We're Mighty Fish, the Mighty Movie Pod. We're Mighty Fish Productions. Twitter at Mighty Fish Pod. We're mightyfishpodcast@gmail.com. You can send us an email. We'll read your questions or complaints about Burt Reynolds and how insensitive we are.
Yeah, we're pretty bad. We love him.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a bit whatever. We're not apologizing. You can follow us on
Jesus, man.
You can follow us on twitch.tv/mightyfishproductions. We have a lot of fun stuff planned for that. So
we don't.
Shut up, Josh. I didn't roll my eyes.
I'm not going to make any promises because I always get burned by them. We have so much fun stuff planned.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to play Spider-Man in its entirety. You know what? I did want to talk about Spider-Man. I think that's what I was going to talk about.
What a fucking crazy... Okay, we're bringing it back.
Psych!
It's not over. Psych!
No, we're going to hold it.
Okay.
Hold it.
All right.
We need something to talk about later.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anything else is coming out. Oh, except for Bad Times at the El Royale.
That looks super cool, man. I really want to see that, but I also feel like I'm going to get burned by it.
I very much think it's going to be a crap hole, but
it looks really cool, though.
Anyway, yeah, follow us on all that shit.
Something else I wanted to see, too, coming out. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
You'll know by the title, unless I just start changing them to something dumb, which would be fun.
We're known to do that. Yeah.
Clickbaits.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening. I have been Ryan.
I'm still Josh.
And we will talk to you next time.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye.
Goodbye.